Liam showed up at my door on my birthday. I didn't expect him. I didn't even know he was in town. My husband Daniel had invited him. That much became clear. What I didn't know, what I couldn't possibly have known, was that his arrival would flip my entire world upside down. The day started like any other birthday. Texts from friends, sweet messages, few thoughtful gifts, that gentle hum of being remembered, appreciated, the usual warmth. But beneath it all, there was a strange undercurrent, a subtle tension that clung to everything like static. Something felt off. I couldn't explain it. It was just there, like a shadow behind the light. Daniel had been acting strange for days. Not in any overt way. Not the kind of behavior you could point to and say, "See, that's it." No, it was in the details. The way his eyes lingered too long when I wasn't looking. The way his hand would rest on my hip or shoulder a beat longer than usual. His smiles. They weren't playful or teasing the way they used to be. They were heavy, loaded, like he was carrying a secret, and it was just barely contained. He kept dropping hints throughout the day. "Tonight is special," he said more than once. "You're going to love your surprise." His voice was low when he said it, velvet smooth but layered with something electric underneath. Each time a shiver ran down my spine, not from cold but from anticipation, and maybe a little fear. That evening I got ready slowly, carefully. Daniel still hadn't told me what the surprise was. I chose a simple dress that always made me feel confident, soft fabric that hugged my shape in all the right places without screaming for attention. I let my hair fall naturally, put on a touch of lipstick, and had just started putting in my earrings when the doorbell rang. I assumed it was a delivery. Maybe flowers, maybe a last-minute gift. I certainly wasn't expecting Liam. He stood there, leaning casually in the doorway, dressed sharp but relaxed. His eyes locked on mine the moment I opened the door. "Happy birthday," he said, voice smooth and even. His smile was polite, but it didn't quite reach his eyes. There was something unreadable behind them, something that made my stomach twist. Before I could speak, Daniel was suddenly behind me. He placed a hand gently on my lower back. Steady, grounding. "Come in," he said to Liam, his tone calm, assured. I stepped aside, still trying to make sense of what was happening. The living room had been transformed. Candlelight flickered across every surface, casting a golden, romantic glow. Soft music played low in the background. The whole space looked like it had been pulled from a movie. But it didn't feel comforting. Felt too perfect, too arranged. Daniel guided me in, his fingers brushing against mine as we walked. Each touch sent a pulse through me. "What's going on?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. Liam had settled onto the couch. He didn't say much, but he watched me, with a calm knowing in his expression, like he already understood something I didn't. I felt exposed under his gaze, like every layer of me was being peeled back without a single word. Daniel turned to face me. His eyes met mine with an intensity one couldn't look away from. "I told you I had a surprise," he said softly. He pulled me close, kissed me, slow and deliberate, then leaned into my ear and whispered, "I know how much you crave new experiences. How much you want to let go sometimes." My heart kicked hard in my chest, froze. Then Daniel stepped back, but didn't say another word. He turned and gave Liam a look. Silent signal. That's when it clicked. This wasn't just a birthday surprise. This was something deeper, something intimate, vulnerable. While Liam stood and came closer. His movements were calm, measured. His hands, different from Daniel's, touched my arms gently, his palms warm against my skin. He was so close I could feel his breath. My body responded before my brain could make sense of it. Heat blooming in my chest, my limbs, my stomach. I leaned in. Unintentionally, instinctively. Daniel was watching. His eyes never left me. "Do you trust me?" he asked, voice low. I nodded. He leaned in again and whispered, "Then let go." So I did. What happened next didn't feel rushed or chaotic. It was slow and electric. Every glance, every brush of skin, every soft sigh or shared look. It built layer by layer until thought itself unraveled. It wasn't just about being with two people. It was about surrender. About feeling safe enough to lose control. About letting myself be known completely. The night unfolded like a dream. Vivid, sensual, unfiltered. I never thought I'd find myself in that kind of moment, in that kind of experience. But I wasn't afraid. I was awake, to myself, to them, to something new and powerful and alive. By the time the first threads of sunlight crept through the curtains, I was lying there, warm and exhausted, my thoughts a tangled, beautiful mess. My body still buzzed with sensation, memory, release. Daniel traced soft circles on my skin, his lips brushing my shoulder. "This," he whispered, "is just the beginning." And I believed him.